Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment.
What it is, good people?
What is going on, everybody? It has been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been some time, y'all. How's everybody doing?
Man, like I sung the lyrics before we got on. And you know what? I'm going to just do the lyrics on camera because I can't take it. Lord, it done took me some time for me to get to the place that you needed me to be. Oh yes, but I'm ready. I'm ready to love what it is, good people. Good to see you.
What is going on? Okay, so listen, we have come back on a season that is definitely on. Listen, this is going to be a season, okay? Like I can already tell. We have the first ever wedding. Tommy has officiated the first ever Ready to Love wedding. How many more are to come?
You know, I said this to y'all in the group chat that this is the 10th season of Red Love. It's one thing to get a show on the air, which me and Gigi both know that's a damn lie. That's an understatement I just said. But to have a show stay on the air and to have a community and to spin all of this off, I hope that they celebrate the hell out themselves this season. I still believe it should have been done from Vegas. That's no disrespect to Philadelphia. You birthed Jill Scott and you made every black man and black woman satisfied, fulfilled, and whole. Thank you, Philadelphia, for that and the Roots and everybody in between. And Jalen Hurts, we're praying for you and the Eagles to win Sunday. But still, it should have been from Vegas. But no, I just hope that they celebrate because it's a big deal to make it to 10 seasons. It really is.
Yeah, 10 seasons, and then you was able to bring back two, from the previous seasons who actually kind of, like they said, they kind of manifested that because, that season they were definitely about each other and kind of really putting in what it takes to build on that, whole ready to love aspect of love. Like you have to get to know the person, and they actually, you can see that they were taking the time and being purposeful in what they were doing together. So that was absolutely lovely to see.
Yeah.
So we got new people. We got Deanna, who is a firefighter. We'll go through them real quick, say what we think about the person. So Deanna, quick thinking, what do we think?
She reminds me of a more mature Ashley. You know what I mean? Because Deanna seems to know who she is. And if you guys remember Ashley from Ray Love Make a Move, very chaotic. Yes. Not in terms of being a terror to anybody, but just very chaotic there was no stability. And I feel like Deanna is a very more mature version of Ashley.
Okay, I could see that. I could definitely see that. So hold on. Let me see. Curie. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Sorry.
You're good. We're chilling.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Q, are you there? His mic keeps muting. I don't know if it's my phone or if it's on my end or what. But okay, so what do you think about Deanna?
At first glance, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, she's attractive. You know what I'm saying? Then getting to know her, do different conversations she was having and to see a little bit of her personality. I think she's gonna be a fan favorite. I really feel like she's gonna be a fan favorite. She's authentic, you know what I mean? I feel like she's ready. I feel like she's bringing I feel like she's actually looking for love. I really feel like she's looking for love. And if she opens up a little bit more, I think she's fine. She's looking for it.
No, I fully agree with you, Q. I don't know if you were able to hear my comment to Gigi and to our Red Love family here. But I said that Deanna will remind you of a more mature Ashley. She seems to really know who she is and there's stability in her.
You said Ashley.
Linda Starr says Deanna kind of reminds me of Missy Elliott.
Ah,
I can see that a little bit.
I was gonna say I can see that. But one thing that I will say that I really like about Deanna is because she was actually able to recognize where she's at in life. And she's like, listen, I have this demanding job where I'm, a firefighter and I have to be, basically masculine around, these men and because of my job. But I want to be soft. I want to be able to find someone so that I can be soft, so that I can be led. She actually is able to recognize that. And that's actually something that I feel like is definitely important, especially this day and age in dating, especially when you're, at a certain age or you have a certain career, just, period. In order for you to actually maintain this relationship, I feel like you definitely have to have that work done on yourself, and it looks like she's done that. So yeah, I feel like she's gonna be a fan favorite too.
And I feel like as well the fact that she brought that up, like you said, Gigi, hopefully it will open up more doors for people who are in relationships or who are trying to figure out how to go about relationships, for that to be more of a more open topic of conversation, that we can put it down, our energy of being a hustler, and pick up the energy of being a lover, being able to navigate that. And by the way, Q, I was talking about Ashley from Ready to Love, Make a Move, because Ashley had that second cut.
One thing that I'm really hoping when it comes to this season is I do want to see more mature people. Like I don't want to keep seeing this materialistic lifestyle and, oh, I like you because your body or because you're making this kind of money. Like, let's do the work to actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see them actually, like, I don't know, really try to learn each other. And that's good that, Tommy even said that, like, listen, this is a time for y'all to learn each other. Like, that's what I want y'all to do. So I feel like that's really good. I hope that listen, 10th season, we already had a Ready to Love wedding. So I feel like there's a lot of good things to come out of this one. So
Absolutely.
Moving on to
one second, one comment I just wanted to make about the comment DeAndre made. When she was pretty much saying, I'm ready to be soft, I really feel like that comment was needed, but it wasn't more so needed for women. I think it was more so needed for men, because men, a lot of times, the comment really makes men stand up and need to become men again. You know what I'm saying? Because the type of women that we want women to be soft, but men have to step up and do their part to put women in a softer place so they can show who they really are and they softer. I guess that femininity behind that, but it's gonna really step up for men to be men if they can really realize what she was saying.
Absolutely. And also too, I think it will showcase to the women that they have always they have, if they have had or do have a man that has always made space for them, that maybe that will reaffirm for them to loosen up a little bit as well, if they see that can happen as well. So
I like that. Both sides of the spectrum. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I said I feel like this season will definitely be different. We've just like, listen to the vows that Camille and Cameron had for each other.
Oh yeah.
Like, just in speaking about that, about how they met on the show and, the differences that they went through and just the whole feeling of security. Like, I feel like this season, there's definitely going to be more connections. And I feel like instead of it being one-sided, like I'm feeling like we're actually going to actually dive deeper this season.
I totally agree because now at the beginning you can visualize a ending by seeing something like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So moving forward, you really got to be intentional, because if you want that same outcome, you're gonna put it all out on the line. I kind of follow both of these, both Camille and her husband on social media, and I ain't gonna say it was easy, but I know they stuck it out and they're where they want to be at right now. So I was glad really to see that.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay, so moving on to Naeem. So 42-year-old gym owner. What
Red
do we
flag,
think
red
about?
flag.
Let me
Okay,
tell
I
you
was
something.
wondering, listen, it's
Woo.
the ladies
He
have
can't.
spoken and already said what their red flag was. So, okay, so let's go ahead and I guess talk about it.
Yeah, listen, I mean, he came in strong, I will say that. But when I think it was, hang on, let me go back to my notes because I literally took it down. When Kiera said that red flag is not Six Flags for me, I'm like, you know what? I am so done. Because I'm just like, first of all, and that's the thing that I love about unscripted television, and Gigi knows this as well, because we're both from the media world, is you can have all the resources and logistics planned out rather. What you can't prepare for is the energy that people give to make the experience happen. And so when she said that, I'm just like, I like the fact that in the first episode, and I think we're all in agreement with this, is that we're seeing the maturity from the jump. Because he did come in smooth, I will definitely say that. But to have 5 children from 3 baby mamas, although you may have it handled from the outside looking in, you got to recognize this is the first time you're meeting somebody. So first impression is everything. I don't think he's a bad dude. I think he just has to showcase himself in the right light for somebody to embrace him in the correct capacity.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. So it was definitely, I mean, everything seemed okay at first, but then it kind of, I don't know, that whole 5 kids, 3 baby mamas, where he was just like, he's a player. It's like, okay, wait a second. So what are you here for? Like, are you here to add another, like, I don't know. And too, because of the fact of, I mean, just the things that he said and how he was. Like, I don't know. People wasn't, the ladies wasn't taking him too serious. So, but let's go on. So Angie, 40-year-old bartender.
Mm-hmm.
She came in pretty confident. Like, I like her energy. She's definitely very upbeat. She's positive.
Yeah.
Like, she's trying to look, to the future. She actually has, you know, it looks like she knows what she wants right now. She's at the age where she's like, hey, you know, this is what I'm willing to do.
Yeah.
So
I will agree
take
with
on
you.
it?
I think she's humble, but she has soul. I mean, you guys remember how I felt, Janelle was the whole package and everything until we opened up the package. I think that this is a elevated version of Janelle. And by the way, too, Angie was so vulnerable and how she got to Ray Love, because she said that she actually really found the love of her life. She was ready to love that person. And he passed away in a heart attack. And so to be able to find, joy after that and to want to get up again, I think that's a really inspiring story, because ever since 2020, it really, I think the world has opened up for conversations about mental health, but also about emotional health. So yeah, I think she's gonna go far.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, because that kind of loss definitely hits different. When you feel like when you found that person and you actually know that, hey, you're my person, and they get taken away from you so suddenly, it's just it's almost like there's a piece of you literally that just gets ripped away, and it's hard for that to be, they say tissue and organs can grow back, but some things just can't, so for her to actually say, hey, I'm on this journey, I did find my person, he was taken away, but I know that, you know what I'm saying, I still I'm still lovable. I'm still worth loving. I'm still worth living. So let me go ahead and take this chance. That's definitely, it's courageous. And I see her going far. I really want to see more of her.
Yeah. Q, what you think, brother?
Q, you. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but he'll come back.
Okay. Q, you there, brother?
It's okay. We can come back to it.
Okay, go ahead, Gigi.
All right. So we got Eddie, 31, general contractor.
Mr. Rick Fox himself. That's how you refer to him.
Listen, they have me dying calling him Rick Fox. Like, okay. Mr. Rick Fox. Okay. Now,
go ahead, Gigi. Go ahead. I
don't know. It's
I was just laughing at it.
Something about him just makes me feel like he's not actually. I'm not gonna say he's not ready, but I'm not gonna say he's at the stage where, I think maybe commitment is where he's at. I think right now this is a quick process for him to find him a baddie, because they kept using that term baddie. So I think a few of them are just looking for that baddie and not really their wife or their forever person like that. Some of them are, but he's one that I feel just kind of, I don't know, he's there for the moment. Like, this is his 15 minutes of fame because he's,
I can see where you're coming from with that. I think the biggest thing with Eddie, he does his confidence does he can't what do they always say, his confidence walks with him. I definitely saw that in the episode. He's like, hey, listen, I'm the perfect man. I can fix this, that, I can build a house and everything else. And in the past seasons of Ready to Love, we all know what happens when you talk about what you can offer, right? It usually doesn't pan out well, because by that point, and it's not even so much that a man or a woman, gets in their head that, oh, you're going to do all this, but it's the fact of, okay, you're offering all of this, but can you even offer yourself in this experience of just getting to know me? Because, dreams are amazing, because they have no limit. But what can you do within the reality of where we are? So I think it just is, I think it's just going to be a test to see if he really is about his business or not.
Right. Q, you got anything to add? Are you able to? See, you keep unmuting, but I cannot hear you. I'm going to have to work on it. All right, Kiara, 33, insurance salesman. What we got?
Well,
insurance specialist, I think.
Well, I get,
Yeah,
no, she is. She reminds me of who was that young lady that says she wasn't black, but she
the other Kiara.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Kiara is stunning. Let's go ahead and keep it a buck. And I'm sure that like a good neighbor, the men want her to be there, to use some words from State Farm, and be progressive and everything in between, and be a changing, and be a gecko, in the house. All the insurance puns, my ass. But anyway, I feel like with her, she did say spoiled princess, so I feel like maybe We have to see what that is, because this is the first episode. I don't think she came on too strong. But maybe to me, she needs to kind of figure out how to balance that energy, because when you're spoiled, it can have a negative connotation.
I think I'm back.
Hey,
All
good
right,
sir,
you back.
welcome.
One comment I was trying to make about the first young lady. Um, I like her,
Ashley.
Ashley, the light skinned girl. I really like her vulnerability. But a lot of times when you lead with your story, hopefully it doesn't lead to comparison to other people because you have such a strong bond.
Yeah.
Hopefully if she's leading with a clean slate, looking for love to be a different way. You know what I mean? Because if you're thinking that it's gonna be how it was when it was when you found your soulmate, and then you're not you're not gonna find that same love or even that same person. Hopefully she's very open to finding something new. So that was just one take that I made. I was thinking about that, but I really do believe she's ready to love. Hopefully, she doesn't leave with the comparison aspect of it.
Absolutely. And then what did you think about
Okay. Yeah. What about Eddie?
Eddie a smooth
Q,
criminal.
what do you think about Eddie?
I think Eddie a smooth criminal. Eddie a smooth criminal, man. Um, I want to see his actions. I want to see if he's going to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Just because the ladies already like him, and I can tell he's a smooth brother. So hopefully, he doesn't let his attributes lead, and we actually see who he really is instead of, the aesthetics, being smooth and cool, and hopefully, we can actually get to know who he is, because we've seen that plenty of times in Ready to Love, where a guy that was really attractive to a lot of women get voted off. So, hopefully he opens up and we can
correct?
see multiple sides.
Yeah, and that's why I said Q2 of a lot of times on Ready to Love, a lot of people can talk about what they offer, but they also want to know, can you just handle the reality that we're in? Because dreams are amazing because they have no limit, but if you can't handle the budget of where we are, I'm not going to want to give to you emotionally. So I think it'll be a test for him to see if he's about his business.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. That's what I'm saying. I need to see substance. This materialistic, or it's based off flesh, like it's lusting instead of coming into this really looking for love. You're lusting off top. Now I understand, like, of course, being attracted and being attracted to someone, there's different degrees of that. Of course you want to be physically attracted to the person that you're with, but that shouldn't be what it's all based off of. Like, there should at least be, okay, now let me look past that. You're nice looking, but let me see if I can get past that, and if there's more substance to you. Or are you just flesh? Like, that's all you are, is just good to look at, but there's nothing in the brain. Like, dumb as a box of rocks, but hey, you look nice. So yeah, I don't know. I just hope that there's none of that, like with the men or the women. Because, like I said, there's a lot, they keep calling each other,
Absolutely.
you're a baddie. Like, okay, that's great to be a baddie. What else is there? What else do you have to offer?
Right.
So,
She give
so
the
then
vibe she gives
moving
me.
on to,
The vibe Kiara give me
oh,
is Maya
Kiara.
vibes. Yeah, Kiara, she give me Maya vibes. Maya from last season. Maya on
Oh, I
Rock.
didn't think about that.
Maya was very,
Yeah,
very attractive.
yeah,
You had some depth to her. You know what I mean? But at the exact same time, we really didn't see how much she had. But that's the vibe she give me.
I didn't think about that, Q. That's a very good point.
yeah, that's definitely a good one. Okay, so What about Jay? What do y'all think? Come on. Come on.
Ooh, man, J. Hmm. Well, I will say this, with the conversation with him and True, I believe it was, um, I think that player terminology, is a no-go on Ray Love. I do like the fact that, he is about his business, as a dad. What I mean? And him being in a relationship for 11 years does show consistency. It does show that, he stayed in it for as long as he could. Of course, we don't know the other side. Um, but I do think that Jay is decent. Just don't, of course, it's the first episode, so we don't know a lot about these people, but he seems to handle his own. You know what I mean? So
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and there's some people that probably will not agree with me, but that is fine. But when it comes to him saying, just talking about being a player, he's not. He didn't, like, hey, I'm a player. Like, no, he was like, yo, I had a player pass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like
right.
women having a whole moment. Like, I feel like that moment with True was just, it was too much. There was no reason for her to really go in too far like that and just like blow up and act like what he said was like the end of all. Like, I understand he was young when he was in a relationship. He was 19 for 11 years. Like, come on, people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a long ass time to be in a relationship, and then to get out. Of course, you're going to kind of try to play the field, and just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Just take some time for you. Do things that you wasn't able to do before. Like, just kind of get that out your way. Because a lot of times people want to get that out the way because when you find the person you with, you don't want to still be doing whole shit so that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It is what it is. But I just felt like she took that way too
Yeah, she did.
serious and kind of turned it into like this huger issue than what it needed to be.
Yeah.
And then everything that led after that, I just felt like it was too much.
Yeah, because Jay was actually really interested in True. And I'm with you, Gigi. It was a little too far. That's why I was saying with the player, I think, it's player with context. Like you said, it's not so much being a player screwing over everybody, but it is being a player in terms of playing the field. So, Q, go ahead.
Now, it was crazy for her to say that about him, but Buddy with 5 kids and 3 baby mamas, she didn't really say that about him. You know what I'm saying?
Fair
And the thing
point.
about it, I agree with you, Gigi. Everybody got somewhat of a past. You know what I'm saying? But he really recognized, where he at and what he's looking for. Another thing I like, I don't remember if he did or not, but I know he really did not throw his old significant under the bus about why things didn't work. You know what I mean? So I felt like that right there was maturity in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because he said he left. He didn't really go into detail about why. So I really felt like that was very mature of him not to sit here and try and throw somebody else under the bus to make himself, look better. But I kind of like him so far. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like he's coming with his authentic self. So I'm a fan of him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely true. Like, he did, was like, hey, this is my past. But she just kept on trying to egg it on. So what did you do? Like, listen, if a person came up and asked you, well, what'd you do in your last relationship that it didn't work? You're going to get upset. You're going to feel like, yo, you're a little personal. And why does it be that, I have to do something wrong? Like, she was digging. That's what I said she was doing too much.
Didn't that
But he
happen
handled
like
that
the
actually
last
really
season or the
smoothly.
season before?
Mm-hmm. It's happened a couple
Didn't
seasons.
that happen like last season or the season before? Yeah, because I think it was last season. Because remember, it was it was towards the end, but they were at this restaurant, and it was a bomb that dropped of holding that they've actually been married before in this. Now I can't remember what season, but I think that did happen, and it's just like at least there's some upfrontness here.
Yeah.
I think it was Jonathan.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, because Jonathan, he held a lot of stuff to the chest. So, and it was like when you did ask him some things, he was just like, why are you asking? Like, why does it matter? But yeah, he didn't even handle himself that way. He wasn't like, why does it matter? He's trying to actually still answer the questions and move on. But she just like, I don't know. That got me where I'm just like kind of looking at her like, is this the type of person you are? Like, come on. Let's make sure that, like, don't show that side of you. Let's see some more substance to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it could have just been nerves, because sometimes we do things when we're nervous. That's definitely a, nervous situation. So let's just see. I'm just ready to see. Okay. Sahara, what do we think?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Gigi, there's been a phrase that I've been saying about some women on social media. If that is an option for a wife, thank God I'm single. And that's what I thought when I saw Sahara. I'm like, wait a minute. I've never burned a candle for a man, but I have burned a candle to get rid of a man and then bury him. She said this on national television. Now, of course, everything's open to interpretation. For some, they might think it might be a picture, right? For others, if you have watched you and Joe Goldberg, you see where I'm going there. So, yeah, she no.
Listen, I don't understand. What was that supposed to do? Like how exactly? Say she hood and crazy, and it's almost like that's why a lot of them was like, listen, I don't know, she kind of scared me. Like I really not quite sure. Yeah, she the homie, but she act like she'd roll up on you 3:00 in the morning at your mama house and honk the horn. You know what I'm saying? Like she crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like she the type of like, I don't know. She act like if you get her mad, she the type that'll trip your grandma. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
Like she's just don't mess with her. Okay. Like yeah. I don't know. I just don't see it. Like I said, I keep saying we will see what's going to happen throughout this time, but I just really hope. I hope I see more from her. But I just I feel like she's gonna throw champagne on somebody. Somebody's gonna get a drink thrown on by her. Like I don't want to talk about it. Which one was it where they was actually fighting? Like, come on.
Well, there was what was the young lady's name from the season with Janelle that she was the homie, but we saw a clip and she was actually more than the homie, but we didn't get to see that. I can't remember the young lady's name. I don't even think that energy is in this one, because you know what I feel like, y'all?
Tequila.
And y'all, say that again.
I think her name was Tequila. No, not Tequila. What's the girl name? She used to mess with Habibi.
Yes, that one. Yes, I can't remember her name right now, but that person.
But her name, it was like Tequila.
Yeah, Tequila, something like that. Mm-hmm.
I think it's either her or
it was like Tequila.
Person.
Yeah.
But I say that to say this also. I'm gonna come on camera and say this because this is gonna trigger Gigi and Q. So remember that situation where they said it was a combative. I feel like Sahara would be that person to be upset over word interpretation. Back off camera.
She is definitely the one. Like, did you see how she reacted after being in the bottom two? And you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was, listen, it was a problem. It was we seen it. You seen it. It was a problem. She said, fuck everybody else. Like, y'all through. I'm waiting for the next 5 to come through. I'm not dealing with none of y'all. Like, Like she quick fast, turn around, fuck y'all.
Yes.
And she made sure to put capital letters on all of them. All.
Yes.
So
yes, indeed.
Like she's definitely a firecracker, and we already know if some shit pops off, she's definitely gonna be in the midst. That's just my thinking of that. Okay.
Q, what was your take on her?
Oh, I thought he said Q. Okay. I think his mic might have went out again.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll come back.
Just jump right in there.
Yep.
Yeah. So Wayne, listen, styling and profiling, okay? Right, baby doll. The way she reacted, being at the bottom was distasteful and shows she's hot tempered, definitely. You could tell she's that's what I said. If it pops off, I feel like we know that she's gonna be in the midst of there somewhere. Like I could see that. Slana said Wayne was so boring. She has nothing to say about him. Yeah, I feel like because he was so boring like that, like there wasn't really too many shots of him. Like it was all him like saying like, a few word answers or, just listening, to what was being said. Like, I don't know. Oh, no presence whatsoever, Slana. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Well,
tell us how you really feel.
Okay, so question. So would you agree that he should have been in the bottom two? Like maybe him and Will, or even Naeem, him and Naeem. Would you have been able to see that as, a result just because he is so boring? And yeah, he did get the attention of a few of the ladies. Like they, they definitely liked it. Okay, Humble Meek said no, the right two are at the bottom. Okay. Will definitely belong at the bottom. And we will get to him. Okay, so True. We talked about True a little bit. She's definitely coming on strong. She's giving like I'm an attorney vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you were in court and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. What do you think about True?
She gives me Grand Dame energy, but she's not as loose as the Grand Dame. You know what I mean? Like she carries this energy about herself, but it seems like she's always in a mode of protecting the image, but not being able to be of her soul. And like I said, with Wayne, I think he was just here and there. I think Wayne had like one or two conversations, but with True, yeah, that's why I feel like she has a presence of, she's about her business. And so because you're always about your business, you don't know how to just breathe and be out of business mode. That feminine energy that let's see here, Deanna was talking about at the top of the show.
Listen, I'm over here dying. Listen, stay tuned. Okay. First off, Wayne will have those women looking for him in the daytime with a flashlight.
Good Lord Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and then she said True started off flirting too heavily, dressed like she was at Wednesday's revival service, and Chuckalisa missed. You know what? Not in Chuckalisa. Slana. Yeah, I don't know. She's definitely coming on strong. She, gave me that, I don't know, Easter Sunday, I'm here, like that's, I don't know. That was, yeah. No. She's doing too much already.
You see the message in the back chat? You can tap the comments to show them on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is that's definitely something. But yeah. This is let's see, let's bring Q back, see if he okay. You're back. But yeah, so yeah, True came on too strong.
True was too true. I'm sorry, right there, y'all. Well, what was I supposed to do? Oh Lord.
I don't feel True's open enough. I feel like she wants things to look a certain way. Um, she just, I don't know. She came off grilling guys, and I really feel like she should have She should have been the one to get cut, out of anybody, because I don't really feel like she's open to love. You know what I mean? I feel like she wants things to be a certain way.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
She
she gave off old woman vibes. Yes, she did.
you'll be bored as ish. Oh my Solana. Hey, by the way, Q, what did you good Lord, Solana is loose today. But I'm here for it.
Right? Listen, but that is so true though, because it was kind of boring. It's like either she's boring or she's just like too intrusive. Like, but it's not even like the intrusive, like I'm really trying to get to know you. It's more like, no, I'd rather find all the reasons why you're not a good idea. Correct. Instead of actually trying to see the other side of you to figure out, okay, even though those might be, things that you've done in your past, are you still like that? Let me get to know you now, because everybody has a past. So it's like, how are you really trying to come in this? Are you trying to be where you want to come off kind of boring or intimidating, or are you really trying to like be soft and feminine? Like what? Like, yeah, true, too true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Q, what did you think of Wayne? He was kind of here and there, but
I agree. Wayne, I didn't really see enough of Wayne really to make an assumption. I feel like he's just trying to find his way into the process. But I think one thing he didn't do was put himself at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of guys who put themselves at the bottom, a lot of guys put themselves at the bottom. So Wayne just trying to figure his way out. He did a good job of not putting himself at the bottom.
And by the way, this first episode was with no game to determine like anything. This was just off of natural energy. Stay tuned. Review said Deanna is what True tried to be, but came up half mile short. Deanna had the sense of humor, beautiful smile, gave effective choosing sentinels, and she was thicker than Cole Rotel did with dress class. So let me tell you something. When they did that, wide shot of the group chat. I bet you the editors were like, can we go back to that? Let's just hold it to make sure that was in the frame. Just why y'all taking so long with this one piece of foot? We just making sure it's good for quality and assurance purposes. Oh my Lord. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, I really like Deanna. Like I like her, and I'm waiting. I want to see what else she's got coming on. So let's move on to Will. Not rededicating his life to listen.
Okay. Listen. The end of the service is here. Won't you come? Won't you come? I want to come forward. What's your name? My name is Braylon. Braylon Lee, good to meet you, Brother Lee. Why are you here up front? When I think about the thickness, the goodness of Jesus and all that she can do on my face, for my life, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Hey, PG-13, okay? We're keeping it.
I'm sorry. That was an exaggerated version of somebody at church, okay? So just everything's alleged opinion for entertainment purposes only. Moving on.
But listen, really speaking, there's times where you find the person and you're like, yeah, you definitely are my person. Next thing you know, they will make you change religion. You start learning about all different other stuff. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't even know I was Muslim until I met you. But, wait a minute. You start, they will change your whole spirit. Like when you get that good love, like it'll change your whole spirit to where you're like, you know what, let me go think about this out. Let me go, you know what? I'm going to go meditate and pray on this one. Yes. In the name of Yeshua. I mean, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what I mean? Like, hey, it happens, okay? It happens. Now, let's talk about Will, who just, honey child, I don't even know why.
In the words of Solana, and she's not up here to do this, so I have to do it. Oh, come on, guys. Which is what Solana would have been saying to me about my last comment.
That's why
but seriously, come on, guys.
And that's why this is put up there. Braylon, hold yourself. See, she already said it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he seems to like have the package on the outside, but
could we really say those were bad jokes? Like,
you know what really got to me?
Does he remind you guys of anyone else?
Oh, you know what? I think I know who you're talking about. The guy that was the BDSM guy.
No, Red.
Or that he was joking all the time. Oh, Red. Yeah.
Red was the comedian.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Kept joking, and they were saying the same thing, that he was joking too much. He wasn't taking anything seriously.
Yeah, I can see
same that. Thing with him.
I can see that.
I think the moment that really stood out to me was he was talking to one of the ladies about their past relationship, and no, you know what? I think it was Sahara. I think, and he said, "Was he a chronic reliever?" Solana said, "Hold yourself, Brian, with the dead skull." So I am doing that for Solana and for our show here because I love y'all very much. But I was like, wait a minute, whoa, what?
Crazy word.
That's the first thing you think of a bad relationship? That he was a chronic reliever? Okay.
First off, Will's too old to be acting like that. First off.
Yeah, that definitely fell.
He was.
Why would you say something like that? Like what?
He was too old to be acting like that. Too old. He deserved.
Yeah, I felt like he. Oh, go ahead, Q.
No, I said I feel like he deserved to be at the bottom. If that's your strategy in dating, you know what I mean. It's cool once you warm into somebody, you can crack jokes and stuff like that. But as soon as you get there, you just doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I felt like his personality is more fit for a one-on-one conversation than a group of people. You know what I mean? I just felt like he was doing too much. He's too old. He should have some kind of strategy. You know what I'm saying? Into dating, not just coming out here telling jokes the whole time.
Exactly. And I only said the guy that did BDSM because when he said that about that person, I'm like, please tell me this is not another person who's just consistently on that energy about, adult activities or just too focused on just one thing. That's why I was saying with the BDSM guy. But yeah, Red was more of an accurate description.
Well, Stay Tuned says that Will's woman's out there. She just ain't on this show. Matter of fact, I don't think his woman is part of the community. What do you say to that?
Oh, my.
Oh, no, you went too low. You went too low.
Dare I ask what community does Stay Tuned Reviews believes that the woman is in?
Oh,
Do I dare ask?
We ain't trying to get canceled. You know?
I would say that completely sarcastically, Q. Believe you me, brother.
We ain't trying to get canceled.
No,
We've been off the air too long.
brother, too damn long.
Listen, I think Slana answered that question because it's right there.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
Maybe part of their community.
Maybe.
I could see that. I could see that.
This is him trying his hand at our community, trying to see what happens. Like, hey, but yeah, his sense of humor is definitely meant for.
He reminds me of Alfonso Ribeiro. And by the way, shout out to Real Reality Gossip. I watched their video on
Don't do Alfonso like that. That's rude. That is.
Well, hang on. Hang on. Let me land. Listen, he said at a rock concert that, I have done a lot of white chicks in my lifetime. And he was so adamant about it. It was just, but that kind of reminded me of that when Solana said a pale woman. But yeah.
Yeah, that probably is what he's used to. That's what I think on that one. Okay, so we didn't got through everybody. Let's go ahead and get through these scenes so we can talk about it, because we've pretty much talked about them in their introductions. So this wedding right here, you guys, we talked about this a bit. What do y'all think about how this wedding just, come on now. They look good. Yes, two beautiful Black people coming together, showing Black love, like, in the truest form, not just for the cameras. Like, you could tell that their love is something deep. So what do y'all think?
No, I love the fact that, some of that nephew Tommy said that really moved me. He said, I know that this will be done again for family and friends, but to come back here and honor this platform where y'all found love was very moving. And I think that goes to show the strength of the show. I mean, we've had some duds and we had some, studs in terms of victories, but I really felt the kinetic energy between these two. That brother, his vows, I cried. I will be legitimate. I mean, that brother was like, listen, I don't care if this airs or not. I'm going to do it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really was kinetic energy. And she was just as reciprocal to him. And it was a beautiful thing. And not to mention to do that from the top, the first episode, to give them that fuel for the season. I thought that was beautiful.
What I loved about her vow was when she was saying that she was saying that he told her, let me lead. You know what I mean? And she said, I let him, go ahead and lead, and it put me in another place. You know what I mean? So I can tell that was a struggle at one time, because if you watch the show, the season that they were on, she seemed very dominant over him. You know what I mean? But people just don't know. Just because it look a certain way don't mean that's how it actually goes. You know what I mean? So for her to say, her being a single mother, you know what I mean, and she was just always, have to make those difficult decisions by herself. And he like, nah, I got us. Let me go ahead and take that pressure off of you. And for her to submit and follow, I said that really showed two people actually working for one common goal. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate when she said that. I really did.
Absolutely.
Listen, in our community, in our community, that needs to be something that is definitely prioritized, because it seems like we just cannot come together and, for us as women, it's like, hey, we still live in that independent stage, wondering why we're in our 40s and still looking for love. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying just let your guard down and let every man lead, because not all men are leaders. But when you find a man who is capable of leading you, like, you're supposed to follow him. In the book, it says a wife is to serve her husband as her husband serves the Lord. Like, so submission shouldn't just be like this taboo subject or this subject that means negativity. Like, submission can be respect. Submission is love. Submission is honor. There's so many levels to it. Like, and I feel like we need to start really living in that so that we can build up legacy. We need to build up more Black legacy. We need to build up more like proof, because they're still saying that all we do is, tear each other down. We need to be able to show more than that. I just feel like it's time for that. So seeing that right there is definitely something that's beautiful, and I hope like we have more of that. Tommy just opened us up to a whole new thing. Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, show more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Just seeing, this. Okay, so we get to this whole thing that you was actually talking about. You brought up the fact of Will and Sahara talking and it becoming very awkward. Like, it was just very cringy. It was because it's like, yo, the stuff that he was talking about, just like you said, the comment that he made was just nasty. Like, I don't know. It was cringeworthy. And then she's, her being how she is, like, I don't know. They could have did without this scene, honestly. But I feel like that really is kind of like what sealed his fate when it came to him getting into the bottom two, because nasty. But what do y'all think?
Yeah, I think that these two deserve to be in the bottom two. Now, y'all remember our reviews from last season. And by the way, for those new people, we say a lot of good ideas that OWN really likes to listen to and implement from time to time, because we did say that there could be a spinoff show, and there was. But anyway, this reminds me of when I talked about the golden jar of decisions, because one of the things that ends up happening on Ray and Love is that they will be combative and they will gang up on somebody to eliminate. And I also talk about the golden heart necklace of immunity, which, by the way, Angie grabbed that bouquet. Okay, she grabbed that thing. Like, listen, I want immunity this week on Ray and Love, and I ain't giving up to nobody. But with these two, yeah, they deserve to be at the bottom. I mean, just awkward energy, awkward movement, and awkward purpose, and awkward oh my God, I'm trying to think. Awkward emotions. That's the best way I can say it. Awkward emotions, I think, Ave.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. Stay tuned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't sit there and be mad because you feel like somebody said something out of pocket when you saying things just as out of pocket. But and it's crazy because this is another thing. Like, for women, it's honestly easier for us to kind of get away with saying like some raunchy shit. A guy says some shit that's raunchy like that, of course it could be taken. Depends. If you a go girl, then yeah, that shit sounds good to you. But if, you know what I'm saying, you're different and you trying to really find something, yeah, that becomes out of pocket. And you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But yeah, both bottom two, they're good. Not too much to talk about. Now, Naeem and True. She seemed more interested in Naeem. She seemed like she was more willing and ready to, like, I didn't see her grilling him as much. Like, it wasn't a problem how she was doing with Jay. Like, she was grilling him. She's, you know what I'm saying, all up in the business. But like, why was that not a problem?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I guess she did say that it wasn't a problem afterwards, but still, she was still in his face. So it's like, was not a.
No, I feel you, Gigi. You know, it was a very it was a very natural energy with those two. Um, and I feel like with this show, a lot of times the reasons why it is difficult is because you have to maybe not so much give as much as you can up front, but you have to give your best up front. And when you give your best up front, that usually determines their mindset for how they see you for the rest of the season. And it gets you in that stagnant mindset of you can't grow. Um, you know what I mean? But that's how I feel about it. It was a decent conversation, but I have a feeling that as the season progresses, it's going to be some mindsets will shift, but some mindsets will be too locked in to see anything new.
Q, what you think?
These two right here kind of really tripped me out. Because for her and him to find somewhat of a connection, I really feel like my man is just really shooting his shot at anything that walked by. And for her to grab it, I feel she really seemed desperate to me. I'm not really a fan of her right now. I'm not really a fan of him either. I really just feel like he's just trying to stay on the show. I feel like he should have been one of the ones that was in the bottom, just because every conversation he had with women was pretty much the same. You know what I mean? Then to come to find out that he, had a lot going on. Not saying that he shouldn't be judged because of all the stuff he had going on, but at the same time, I don't really feel like he's coming with his authentic self.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that like it makes sense. Like he's definitely more so like I don't know. That's why I said I don't want to see that whole physical stuff just because you think you look good or something. Like, don't just pass that off as the reason why you feel like you should make it through. Like, where's the substance in you? Like, show who you really are. Like, bring your authentic self. Like, I understand it's a lot when you're dealing with cameras and you're not used to it and stuff like that, but still, be you. But yeah, these two, I don't know. Y'all think these two might make it? You got Jay and Kiara.
Seems to be some chemistry there. Um, seems to be. Um, to to me, I feel like um, Kiara, she wants what she wants, and even though she wants what she wants, but she's open minded depending on where the wind is blowing. And hey, reviews and recaps, good to see you, my friend. But yeah, that's why I feel like Kiara is definite on what she wants, but she's open to the wind. And with Jay, I feel like he's just trying to figure out what he wants. I think the biggest strength for him is that he's about his business of being a parent. So I think there's a connection here. They just have to see if they want to stay in this space or not, because they haven't met the other singles yet. So of course, if it's a good conversation, these are the only people you met. Of course, if it's good, it's good until something different comes along.
I think I really feel like this is a connection. I really like this connection here. When he identified her, he called her a baddie, this and this. But I really feel like that she has more to offer than just that. He has 2 kids, she has 2 kids. So I think they meet each other right there. And the thing about it is that's interesting is we're so used to saying ready to love in the South. So we're used to the the different personalities in the South. Well, I'm from the South, so I can identify a lot of the lingo and things like that. But bringing it all the way to Philly, the way they talk, you know what I'm saying, the way they act, you know what I'm saying, it's really going to be interesting because you're finding a whole new culture. You know what I'm saying? So I really like Philly so far because they say a lot of things and they act a different way. You know what I'm saying? So to
Yeah,
understand how they move and act is gonna be real interesting. But I like their interaction because you know what I'm saying. I think they both see each other in themselves.
they do.
Yeah,
I
I can
fully,
see
I
that.
fully agree.
She's already talking about her man, her man, her man. So
Right.
is she really going to try to make him her man? Or is this just going to be some temporary stuff? Like, hey, while we're here, you know, while cameras are rolling, but once y'all get out of here, you know what I'm saying? It's on some not real relationship stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we
Can
will
you
see.
really handle each other? Is this really something where you guys, where you guys are in a sense, not equally yoked, but is this a time where you guys are actually, you know, something, can y'all complement each other?
Right.
Is there benefits to this relationship, or is this just something that's because we look good together, because we, you know what I'm saying, we can spend money and we can do all this, but yeah, we like, y'all cute, y'all real cute, like we ain't gonna put it past you, y'all cute, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like, is this something that can last? I don't think so. I don't think this is like a real relationship type thing. I feel like this is in the moment. And
Did you see a
I
situation
don't,
happening? You see a
huh?
situation? I say you
Yeah,
see a situation.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And
Well,
and it's probably only while the cameras is rolling though. That's the whole thing. Is like it's not even like an outer like once the cameras go off type thing. I don't.
Well, I mean, you know, if you really think about it, I mean, that happened with Janelle and that brother, you know what I mean? That it really was just on the screen, like it didn't even translate. But here's how we'll know. Here's how we'll know if they are really about each other. Will Kiara come out in a moo and does she have something to say about fishing? Is she territorial? That will be the real test. Bae, you catch a fish? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what?
Ah,
Man. Right.
I'm
You knew
sorry.
that wasn't going nowhere either.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, exactly. It's a situationship. This is not something that's gonna go far. I don't see it. Sorry. I just don't. So let's move on. We got Eddie and Deanna. Now everybody is like really in awe at the fact that she's a firefighter. Because you don't find really too many women firefighters. And a black woman firefighter, like, come on now, we're doing things. Come up in the world.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now I will say it looked like she was busting out that outfit. I was ready for them straps to pop on that bra. I was like something like she was being held together by hope and prayer. Cause it's like it just looked like she was gonna bust out. Now I ain't saying she was looking good, okay? She was still looking good. But But anyway, what do y'all think about this one?
One thing that really saves the DeAndre is she has aura about herself. She has a natural aura. You know what I mean? And she's comfortable in her skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm really interested to see where this can go because I feel like he's more so attracted to her aura, I think, than anything. And I really feel like she's like, he's cute, but I want to see what else is there. You know what I mean? So I really want to see where this connection is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I really want to see where this connection is gonna go.
I think the big thing for these two is you guys remember what Deanna said, that she wants to rest in her, you know, feminine energy because she has to be so hype and be about it on the job. And he said, if I remember correctly, and Gigi and Q and everybody in the chat, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but he said, I need a woman to understand that I can't stop. And so I think that will be the eternal conflict of she wants to rest from work. He's still about it. Because y'all remember
right
last season about, you know, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was, you know, he just wanted her to be softer, which this is the opposite. She wants to be soft, right? But
Amari and Jessica.
Correct. Thank you, good sir, as always. But I say that situation because she was about her business all the time. and he wanted more time.
Right.
Hey, but
Listen,
remember,
I'm over here.
she also wanted Chris too, so she really never gave Amari an opportunity. You know what I mean?
True.
Mhm.
Very true.
But listen, I'm over here cracking up because why am I hearing Jodeci while Stay Tuned talking about take mom? Just read it and listen. I know y'all hear
My
Jodeci.
house and my car, forever my lady, forever my lady. It's like a dream, forever and ever, and ain't it like a
Okay.
dream?
Okay. So yeah, we're all on the same page with that. Okay, Angie and what's his name? Wayne?
Wayne.
Where are we? Where are we with Wayne? Angie, I feel like she's great energy. She's, like I said, she's after the pain that she endured, like she's still ready and open for love and wanting that, which is great. I definitely do not see them two together like that. I don't at all. But conversation piece, like Wayne's still boring.
Yeah, it really wasn't a lot of depth there. I mean, he did say, well, Angie said actually she has 11 siblings and 6 brothers. So she's got cavalry. And when it came to the kid question, Wayne does want 1 to 3 kids, and he did ask for the phone number. So I think that, hopefully we'll see more of Wayne. And maybe he might have more personality because it's the first episode. It takes a minute for the season to really heat up. But
Yeah,
I think. Go ahead, Gigi.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying. Yeah, I feel like we could have did without this because there was nothing to it. It definitely was a boring part. Like I'm glad it wasn't that long.
Sure, yeah.
But one thing this episode really is showing us is this is going to be a good season.
Yeah.
This is really going to be a very, very unique season, especially how Tommy ended it, as to the fact of not letting anybody get eliminated. You know what I mean? But Wayne, I feel like Wayne is just, I mean, his name's Wayne, right? Wayne is waiting to get eliminated. I mean, if he does not assert himself, he's going to get eliminated. You know what I mean? I feel like, and a lot of time in these spaces, you got to be somewhat of aggressive to make connections along the way. He's kind of just sitting back trying to see what's going to come to him. You got to be aggressive in this situation right here because you don't want to get eliminated before you really find out who's there for you or not.
Correct. Very well said. And I think that's the difficult thing about the Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, Red Love, Love Island, and these dating shows is how do you establish yourself without being a burden? And it's a fine line because
well said.
Because if you give too much, thank you, good sir, as always, if you give too much, then it's like, oh damn, okay, well, all right, I want to know you, but that's a little much. But if you come too weak, then they say you're not enough. And like I said, what you see of yourself and what people see on TV, it doesn't translate. So I think that's the crux of it is how much do I give and how much do I hold, and finding the good medium between the two.
But you always say this one thing, brother. They can only give what you give them. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's all you can. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not giving nothing, you ain't showing nothing. How can they show anything?
Absolutely. Keep right on point, brother.
Yeah, that definitely is, and that's been something that's been said over plenty of seasons because it's the same thing, and they always want to use it was the camera, it's editing, but they can only edit out what you've given, like we said. So yeah, definitely. Honestly, we definitely could have did without this one. This is, yeah. So let's move on. So now we're down to elimination. We have Will and Naeem in the bottom 2, and then we also have Sahara and True. down in the bottom two. So, of course, eventually, Will and Sahara are the ones that end up getting eliminated, and True and Naeem were told to go back. But of course, Tommy always has a curveball, and his curveball was the fact that, well, since there are other people coming into the mixer, he felt that it's best that nobody gets eliminated. So everybody's still there. Nobody's eliminated. So, the cringeworthy moments with Will, let's see if they still happen, if that's just him. Like, because Tommy did say, like, hey, the women want to see a serious side of you. And he's like, hey, I can only be myself. So if this is himself, then he's going to be eliminated soon, I think.
Yeah.
This was the moment when Sahara said, fuck everybody. She's not fucking with nobody that's out of this 5. Like, she's waiting for the next 5 to come in to see if there's somebody for her. And True act like she was just so shocked and in awe that people actually voted her down to the bottom 2. Naeem the same way. Like, he did the same thing. Okay, so I didn't give my little spill. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, I think we've all said it, with True, that there's something there, but you have to loosen up a bit. So, even Tommy said that, what we said, that it seems like she's more about, you're on an interview, this, that, and the third. So I think, True just has to be still and reflect. With Naeem, how do you pronounce his name?
Naeem.
Naeem, thank you, good sir. Naeem.
Yeah,
I think Naeem will be fine. The thing on Ready to Love is, what may be a lot to you, and this also translates to real life as well. What may be a lot to you may be not anything at all to somebody else. So I do believe that he will be fine. With Will, like you said, Gigi, if he is still himself, then he will be eliminated. Sahara, I feel like she will self-eliminate very easily. Because if she has that energy for people she just met, and she hasn't met the other 5, hasn't met the other 5 men or met the other ladies, then that tells you a lot, that you don't know these people and you dismissing them. What makes you think that you won't dismiss the others?
Yeah. See, the thing about True,
I was gonna say, it's almost as if she's kind of like, out of place. I don't want to keep saying out of place, but it's almost as if she's out of place compared to the rest of them. And as far as even appearance, personality, how she was, it just seemed like she is, maybe she'll loosen up. Like I said, nerves, you know what I'm saying? Well, I just want to see more. So I'm really hoping that, that becomes a thing, and we can actually see the rest of, everybody's personality. So next week we got 5 new people coming in. It's a whole new mixer. Like, we're adding in everybody. What are y'all wanting to see this season?
See, the thing about True and Sahara is, to me, everybody does not have the same social skills and belong in the same social circles. You know what I'm saying? Because like True, everybody feel like she's interviewing them. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys are kind of like, I don't want to be in an interview. I just really want to get to know you. And everything else is going to come out. So I really don't know if True has those skills she would need to date multiple guys and get the information she needs. And Sahara, on the other hand, she's just so raw. You know what I mean? I don't see no femininity coming from her. She's just so raw and aggressive that, you know what I mean? It kind of can turn people off. Especially the way she said about the guys. F y'all, da 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 da, woo woo. So next go around, you acting like you about to be in somebody's top. No, I mean, you pretty much gonna be back at the bottom just because of your interaction. You could have Tommy gave you why these guys felt a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's up for you, you know what I'm saying, to show them another side of you. You know what I'm saying? But you want to, so you proving them exactly. You showing everybody who you are.
Yep. Because honestly, and you're right, Q, because honestly, when he said that, now, like I said, I've never been on reality TV, but I do have some social sense. That would have been the time to shut your damn mouth. You got a month to be saved. Take that and show them wrong. Take that energy, prove them wrong, move on. That's all you had to do. Because you know what happens now at the mixer. Hey, you know what? That girl Sahara, you might want to not talk to her because she's a little bit crazy. And it does happen on reality shows. They will utilize you against you. So, but you know what though? That cast might be like, you know what? We'll just let them figure it out. We're not gonna sabotage a damn thing because you're gonna do it to your damn self.
Solana, you're right. Go ahead and pop the balloon.
Not pop the balloon. I'm done.
Listen, not pop the balloon. Listen, that's all of the show. We will be back next week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to all of our channels. Lana, hopefully you back with us. You know, she's out here saving lives, guys. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But it is great to be back. You guys, we are at it again. This is season 10. So you already know. Be back here next Saturday. And we will be ready to go. So like, share, comment, subscribe. And we will see y'all later. Bye.
Love y'all. See you soon. Bye.